What's up, everybody? Welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley, and that's the one, the only Scott Savage. Scott, happy Monday, dude.
Yeah, we're back and it's Monday. It's always weird going through the weekend. I bug you in the other channels to talk about games.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Absolutely. Dude, what'd you play over the weekend? Anything hot?
I finally got a game to work that wasn't working,
Yeah,
and something I can't talk about right now. But
fair enough.
luckily, I'll be able to talk about it soon.
Absolutely. What was I playing? What was I playing? Anything kind of standard? You know what happened this weekend? Dude, I was like bouncing from this game to that game to this game. I couldn't get comfortable
Um,
and just get in that flow. Dude, I even pulled up Hogwarts to jump back in. I was like, I don't feel like doing this. And then I bounced out.
really?
Yeah, man, I was just, it was funny because then my wife looks at me, she goes, "You're in one of those moves, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yep, I am." I played a little bit more baseball. I'm still having fun with MLB 23. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, I was just kind of like, I don't know, dude. I just couldn't get into the flow. Yo, we played Siege last night. I didn't even stick around too long for that. I was just like,
No.
just get into
Ghostfire Tokyo is the one that's kind of got me. Nice. I can go back to it and I'm not bored at all. But we'll see how long that lasts. The game's only so long.
You know what it is right now? We've been playing so many games for previews lately that for me, I'm just like, I want to play some of those other games that we're previewing, but I want the review game version of it so we can keep going, right? I just kind of get stuck in this little loop of preview stuff, which is always like short bits of content. But I was just like, man, that game looks cool, and I had a ton of fun. And I want to get back into it, but I wrapped up that preview portion. It's just
it's kind of like having a demo that you go back to a bunch of times.
More or less, right? Yeah, which is pretty cool. But dude, what's cool is everybody can join us live. Yo, we're finally making our way over to Kick. We're gonna give Kick a try over at kick.com/inside the game. Take a look for us over there. We'll see how that goes. We're gonna be also on YouTube like always at youtube.com/inside the game official. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Dude, today's show, Ubisoft begins to see Assassin's Creed Mirage pre-orders being canceled. Should you be canceling yours? Call of Duty Modern Warfare II Season 3's raid has leaked footage, and Fortnite is getting a Doctor Who event. Cool.
Doctor Who?
Huh? What? Who? What? Where? Dude, let's get into it. Assassin's Creed Mirage pre-orders are being canceled. Oh, this is Catherine over at Gaming Bible. Bad news, Assassin's Creed fans. You might want to check your pre-orders. A number of people are reporting that their pre-orders for the collector's edition of Assassin's Creed Mirage have been suddenly canceled. Assassin's Creed Mirage was announced last September when it was confirmed that, that the installment of 1,000 Assassin's Creed games were coming. That's we were just like hit with this bombard of Assassin's Creed, Jade, Hexy, Red, Mirage, Infinite, whatever that's going to turn out to be.
8 to 12 titles, I think, were being worked at.
Yeah, 10. I think 10 are currently in development or something, and then others are in like pre-setup stages of stuff. It's just weird. Like I'm almost worried we're too much Assassin's Creed, but let's get back into this as Basm as he hones in on his skills for the next Assassin's Creed installment. Right now, all we know about Mirage's release date is that it was supposed to be at some point this year, which isn't very helpful. Even so, fans have been able to put in pre-orders for it already, including the pricey collector's edition. Over on Reddit, though, many claim that the pre-orders for the Ubisoft store have now been canceled, leading everyone to wonder what's going on. Quote, Assassin's Creed Mirage pre-orders canceled? End quote. Reddit user DFTB. Holy man, what are these people doing?
You know, that stands for, I actually looked this up. It stands for Don't Forget to Be Awesome.
All right, cool. I'll give you that. But my God, come on. But after receiving some DMs, I noticed others who pre-ordered Assassin's Creed Mirage Collector's Case reported the same issue. Dude, this tells me one thing. We're not getting an Assassin's Creed game this year.
That's the big worry. Yeah, is this reflective of a delay? Or is this just the collector's edition, though? That's what has me a little bit curious.
If you
some sort of tie-in in the way that Bethesda had that awful bag that came with Fallout and caused all sorts of issues.
I remember that, man. Yeah, that was a bad launch for that one.
Medical issues, I think, too.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, that one did not go over very well, unfortunately. It's very interesting to think that maybe this year is the first year we don't get any Assassin's Creed content. Right? Think about that. It's been every year since Origins came out, then we had Odyssey, then we got into Valhalla, which pumped out 2 years worth of content, and this year we might actually get a year off, we're supposed to get Mirage. Mirage was supposed to come in as DLC for Valhalla, more to follow up with Valhalla. But they've said it got to be the point where it's just so big that they went on and created their own story for Basm in their own game, which is, dude, for me, I'm down for this. Like, this is a return to old school Assassin's Creed fans for us, right? Like, we go back into AC1 and AC2 days where they're like, stealth is the main focus. You can stealth around too in Valhalla until you had to blow your horn. But that's a whole other.
I've got tons of memes for that.
Oh, man, you and everybody, right? It's one of those things. As much as I love my time with Valhalla, I'm looking forward to going back, but I just don't think we're going to get it this year now.
It doesn't seem to be a positive thing. I'm worried that it's not a positive. The only positive possibility would be, you know, this is getting big and bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're going to put just a little bit more time because we had another idea or something like that. But it seems way late in the process to be adding new ideas or kind of moving things around in that level. But there has to be some sort of issue here.
I think there is something to be concerned about, right? If they're suddenly just popping off with cancellations of the pre-order, that's something to be a little concerning for. I'm always a big fan of collectors, especially collecting editions for Assassin's Creed. I've got a bunch up on my shelf.
I can see them over your shoulder there.
Dude, I love them, right? Like, Assassin's Creed is one of my favorite franchises of all time. So it's one of those things when you get in to start collecting some of these things and you get your pre-order and then all of a sudden it just gets canceled out of nowhere. What happened there? Is there something we should be more concerned about? Is there something that Ubisoft, where's Ubisoft? Dude, here's the other side of it. Where's Ubisoft saying, hey, we've had to cancel this because of this, right? No transparency whatsoever from Ubisoft out of this. And everybody's just left wondering what's going on.
Yeah, I really hope they come to the table quickly to have some sort of answer, because this is just causing some sort of worry. And I have a lot of worry constantly about Ubisoft. It's something I wish I didn't.
Well, yeah, that's the other side of it too, is how often do we talk about this is going on with Ubisoft, that's going on. Never good news really coming out of Ubisoft as of late, right? This game's delayed, this game's getting canceled. They canceled 4 games as of last year. Then they're doing this and they're taking that back and restarting this. No one knows where Beyond Good and Evil 2 is at, and so many other questions down the line of what is happening with Ubisoft, and a lot of worries coming out of Ubisoft as a whole, I think, Scott.
Yeah, I feel like this represents a bit of the management issue that we're seeing. If failing to meet deadlines, I don't want to blame. Well, we're making a lot of assumptions here. I am. But if they are failing to make that deadline, I don't want to blame the lower employees. We just don't know enough to make that certainty.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of questions, but if they're starting to cancel just out of the blue, then someone needs to step up over at Ubisoft and say, hey, here's what's happened. This is what's going on. This is why your pre-order has been canceled, because we've delayed the game to 2024 or whatever, right? But if you think, I wonder if there's something else internally, Scott, because couldn't they just carry that over? Like, if you pre-ordered the game today, dude, you might not get it for 2 years, right? Like, it shouldn't make a difference. But I don't know. We'll find out what's happening over there. Scott, some interesting stuff coming out for Call of Duty. 15 minutes of Modern Warfare 2's Season 3 raid gameplay has been leaked. Tom Henderson over at Insider Gaming. 15 minutes of Modern Warfare 2's Season 3 raid gameplay has leaked online ahead of its release. It's not officially been announced when the Season 3 raid will release, but is likely to release around May 10th in Season 3 Reloaded. Despite the uncertainties, though, that hasn't stopped some people from somehow leaking some footage of the raid online. Scott, thoughts? Are you looking forward to this? Are you going to check out the raid? Anything you're interested in here, or is it just more Call of Duty?
Well, it is somewhat just more Call of Duty for me. I feel like I kind of checked out of the whole Warzone, the whole Modern Warfare 2 kind of thing. I just got over it really quickly, but I want a reason to go back. And a coordinated raid with a couple of friends has a high likelihood of bringing me back in. I did watch some of this video. Not all of it. I kind of skipped through as time went on.
Sure.
Incredibly unsurprising. There's a lot of enemies, very dark hallways, and you're shooting them at light speed. But that's all to be expected. So there wasn't much of a material to this leak, really.
Fair enough. Yeah, for me, it's just more Call of Duty again, right? And those who are heavily invested, they go in, day out, just like our guy Corey, right? He's always there, dude. He's always into Call of Duty and just charging on and loves it. That's his go-to game. So I wonder if this is any interest to Corey. We'll be talking to him tonight, so we'll have to ask him about that one.
Hey, we should get in on him with some raids, because
We might stand a
Corey
chance.
could probably carry us through. Yeah.
Absolutely. Maybe Corey can carry us over on Fortnite as well, as there's a new Doctor Who event on the way, reportedly. Jordan Midler over at VGC. Twitter user iFireMonkey, who regularly reports on Fortnite content ahead of its announcement, suggested that the game is set to tie in with the popular BBC sci-fi show. According to them, the 2-week-long event will be timed with the show's 60th anniversary celebration, which kicks off later this year. Quote, the item shop would feature 2 skins, 2 pickaxes, 1 glider, and 1 emote. End quote. They claimed. Scott. Dude, Fortnite, not a surprise. They are absolutely killing it day in, day out. More content coming down the line. And like at this point, who's not in this game?
That's exactly it. It's the Smash Brothers of the entire world. every character comes to it at some point.
Which is fair.
Actually,
right?
Now I'm wondering, is there Nintendo characters? They've probably been the holdout.
Yeah, dude,
they would be the holdout.
It would be Nintendo to go, no, you're not getting our stuff. You're not going to get Mario in there, right? Like at this point, we've had Master Chief, we've had Kratos, we've had Aloy, right? Like Xbox, PlayStation have been there. They played nice. Nintendo, good luck. That's yeah, we'll see. Dude, the day they do that one, I'm gonna have to buy the skin. And
there's even Spider-Man in. There's a lot of characters now.
Yeah, well, everybody's there, right? Mr. Beast is there. The Rock is there. Like, who isn't in this platform? I call it a platform now at this point. It could be a game, but it really is just kind of its own platform, right? And everybody's there.
Do you know anything about Doctor Who? Does that ever stick out to you? I watched a few of them. It must have been a decade ago, but
no,
it was good.
It's never something I really focused on. I've always been doing something else, and I'm just not really all that interested. But yeah, I was a little surprised to see, I guess, Doctor Who make the transition. Maybe they're hoping to pull in a new audience. I know they've been reworking some of it to kind of carry over and bring in a new generation of Doctor Who fans. But
yeah, there is a new Doctor that's taking on the role. That's it. So this is the retiring of the current Doctor, which I believe is David Tennant. And now it will be Kuti Gatwa who is taking over the role. I'm not so familiar with Doctor Who, but I do know that the Doctor changes form every once in a while, so this is quite up to par, but it is the 60th anniversary of the show.
Which is huge, right? Huge that it's still going this long and keeps pulling people in. Are you going to check it out at all?
I'm curious. Yeah, I will be checking it out. Just another excuse to get into Fortnite, really. I had some fun last time I did that.
Oh, fair enough. It keeps going. And dude, what's not going right now is Dark and Darker is still off Steam. So its devs are encouraging players to torrent it.
Yeah.
Rip it off? What is... Dude, this is an interesting one. I saw this one. This is OSN over at VG 24/7. Strange, Scott. Strange times. Following Dark and Darker's delisting from Steam, developer Iron Mace Games is now encouraging players to torrent their game. Huh. The whole situation with Dark... What's that?
That doesn't sound legal.
Right? Like, I don't know, man. The whole situation with Dark and Darker has been a bit of a wild one. Things started out exceptionally well with its third playtest back in February, but soon after the Iron Mac Games was raided by police due to... Whoa, what? Due to assets being... Oh, man, they're stealing assets, Scott? That's what's happened to you? Right, like
Why
this
does this keep happening?
I don't know, man. It's funny because we just covered a game not too long ago that did something somewhat similar. Didn't steal it. They paid for it, but it was still the same assets. It was weird.
I don't want to keep dropping the name on it because I don't want to just bury them in that. But if this keeps happening as a trend, then we're going to have to step up the name and shame.
No, absolutely. So they ripped off some assets, and this is a big problem, right? But in turn, Dark and Darker was pulled from Steam due to a cease and desist from Nexon. Now, in the latest development of this bumpy ride, Iron Mace Games is fully encouraging the players to just torrent the game so they can keep playing it. Iron Mace Games sent a message to all users in Dark and Darker's official Discord sharing the torrent. Do they even share the torrent?
Wow. I hope they have lawyers because somebody's going to need them over there.
Absolutely. in quite a radical move for such a situation. Quote, "Thank you for your patience. We apologize for the radio silence," end quote. The message reads, quote, "Unfortunately, due to the complexities of our situation, especially across international lines, it is taking time to resolve the Steam situation. In order for us to keep our promise to our fans, we've had to go old school this time," end quote. Going on to say that players who want to participate in the 5th alpha playtest can download the game through a torrent link the developers have provided. Wow. I don't know, man, like that's not something you see very often at all. We've seen some of these things come up, right? One game we just recently covered actually purchased assets off the Epic Games Marketplace store for Unreal Engine, while those were actually ripped off from a little game called Elden Ring. So
yeah,
so then
the problem was the Epic store wasn't theirs to sell.
Yes.
That was the issue.
But they weren't aware that it was ripped off from, man, like what a sticky situation to be in, right? And then now this sounds like they just flat out stole some assets from another company, and you can't do that. It just doesn't fly.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm wondering if we're going to learn more about the situation as time goes. With maybe it was a situation they purchased it, but it wasn't official, it wasn't legitimate, something like that. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt here, but then again, when you go and now you're trying to steal from essentially your own revenue to give it to the fans, it's just absolutely insane. What a crazy corporate suicide, I think.
Absolutely. Iron Mace Games are denying all accusations from Nexon regarding stolen assets and code. Though, until everything is resolved, the only way to play the game is going through the torrent link. But really, take it cautiously. If you are going to jump in, be careful, because this could come back to bite you and just cause all kinds of problems, Scott. It's one of those things that maybe you might just want to wait to see how this plays out.
Yeah, really.
Wow. Man, we talked about it last week. We're back in it once again. Media Molecule co-founder and Dreams director Mark Haley has left the studio, Scott. Chris Scullion over at VGC. Media Molecule co-founder and creative director Mark Haley has confirmed that he is leaving the studio. In a series of tweets, Haley, who directed Dreams, wrote, quote, "So, after 17 incredible years of co-birthing and building Media Molecule, I've decided it's time for me to fly the nest, set sail, and chart a new course. Today is my last day at Media Molecule. From Little Big Planet to Dreams and beyond, proud to have played my part and lucky to have jammed with some truly brilliant people and such a wonderfully talented community, which I will continue to be a fan of," end quote. He added, quote, "But a strong cosmic breeze," dude, what a, like, he kind of really starts to go off. It's funny how he kind of pulls this all in.
It's a nice breakup letter.
Right? "But a strong cosmic breeze is pulling me and my pirate heart is awakened. I'm not getting any younger, so I am going to indulge myself in the winds of my various curiosities while I see where they take me. So here's the new beginnings, following one's heart and exploring the unknown. And yo ho ho and a bottle of rum, I'm off with on my pirate adventure." It's so, here's the thing, everybody instantly goes, he's joining Rare, he's gonna go work on Sea of Thieves. I don't think that, who knows.
I was his pirate mention, I was thinking he's gonna go torrent Dark and Darker.
I don't think that's how it's gonna work. I'm just like, yo, that's quite the farewell message. I think he's just lighthearted and having a good time, right?
It does sound like it. Yeah, I feel like we're exposed to a bit of the personality behind this, and it's charming, actually.
It is, absolutely. So a lot of people now thinking, right, he's going to go join Rare, go to Sea of Thieves, but over on his LinkedIn his LinkedIn description, it says self-employed and open to work. So either he's already signed the contract and is waiting for the day where he's allowed to say he's joining Rare, or he's just having some lighthearted fun and saying farewell and setting sail, Scott.
Well, I like the message, though. Thank you to everybody. I made sure to make a message. I love all the people I worked with. It's not an issue like that. Just going to go do my own thing. And I can respect that.
Absolutely. No, that's very cool. I wonder if, so often we see people who've been around in teams for so long just start off, branch out, and build a new studio. I wonder if that's where Mark's going to go next. Is he looking to form a new creative studio and get into something else wildly creative? Because let's face it, Little Big Planet and then into Dreams well, it was really Tearaway and then into Dreams. Very, very creative projects overall, right? And it's hard, I think, they were able to find a community and build a community, but not one that has taken off like we've seen with Fortnite. And this is kind of what we've talked about last week on the show, is how Creative 2.0 is really starting to overtake a lot of this creative user-generated content. And people are getting a little worried, including, I think, Media Molecule, as they've now said they're stopping all updates and working on the game as of September, I believe it was, Scott.
I think that's correct, yeah.
That's coming to a close too, right? So that's the end of Dreams. He goes, oh, maybe this is my time now. It's the end of the chapter. I'm just going to move on altogether.
Yeah.
So
could start a brand new project doing something with the same team. But if you've been doing that for the majority of your career, of course you want to try something new.
No, absolutely. And they've started something new too over Media Molecule. So it's only time will tell. We'll see. We're supposed to have that PlayStation big showcase event. I wonder if we'll see what Media Molecule's working on next.
Yeah, hopefully. I haven't heard or read anything about them yet.
No, that'd be cool to see. But dude, let's head over to Ubisoft Plus is heading to Xbox. And here's how it plans to compete with Game Pass. Interesting little way to put this.
Compete with Game Pass.
Yeah, James Batchelor over at gamesindustry.biz.
The second worry I have with Ubisoft today.
Ubisoft Plus is now available on Xbox consoles, making a significant expansion in the Assassin's Creed publisher's plans for its previously PC-only service. Ubisoft Plus first launched on PC as Uplay Plus in 2019. It later rebranded as it debuted on cloud gaming services, Stadia, rest in peace, which is now done, Amazon Luna as well, and which is now found its way on to Xbox. So the standard $14.99, I'm going to go with US prices, Scott. Subscription grants you to access to the full library on PC, while the $17.99, again going with US, multi-access allows subscribers to play selected titles across PC, Luna, Xbox, and later PlayStation, even carrying over their sessions between platforms.
Oh, I like that.
I love that idea. Honestly, I really, really do love that. It works really well right now when I'm playing MLB The Show, because all my progress for Diamond Dynasty, dude, it just carries over whether I'm on Xbox or PlayStation, and I have to do literally nothing. I just turn the game on and away I go. So
have you ever been burnt by one of those? The absence of that kind of thing? For Elite Dangerous, that was the one for me. But
really,
the developers, luckily, you could contact Frontier, and they will move your save file one time, either to console or from it.
Wow. While Xbox itself has made a lot of noise around the Game Pass subscription over the last 6 years, Ubisoft has been comparatively low-key with its efforts. But Ubisoft Plus director Philippe Tremblay says Games Industry told GamesIndustry.biz the publisher sees the rise of subscriptions as an important change in the game market and one that opens up a key opportunity to Ubisoft. Quote, we want to reach a new population of gamers and people that may not have a chance to play our games yet, end quote, he says. Quote, we definitely see subscriptions as a way to do that. The expansion of the platform going to Xbox today is one more way for making our games accessible, end quote. Tremblay sees the multi-tier as quite a unique way on the market, at least in video games space, Scott. But again, not going on Game Pass, just on Xbox. So you have to pay for Game Pass still, and if you want in, then you're paying for Ubisoft Plus.
Is there any Ubisoft games that will be pulled from Game Pass? That's my next consideration now.
Good question, dude. I don't know.
I think Extraction is already off Game Pass now, so that would have been the one.
I wouldn't worry about that one.
I know you didn't.
No, I didn't.
I'll still play.
Dude, I played it. I had a good time, but I'm like, this isn't going to last. And the fact that it was on there, and I think it had some new life coming into Game Pass. Yeah, well, what can I say? Dude, we do have one game today, though. This one's for you. What do we have?
We have, that's right, Pets Hotel on PC. And I am very curious.
Well, dude, I'm glad you're excited. So I'll see if we can get you a code. And you can check it out.
Kind of reminds me of some living situations I've been in, though.
Captured. Scott, just like that, that's going to wrap up today's show. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily. We're the place you can always get caught up to daily news. That's what we do here. So check us over on Kick right now. And of course, over on YouTube. But if you can't join us when we're live, hit us up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew. That's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.